Well, hey everybody, this is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Welcome back to another day in my 2020 beekeeping season. We're going all the way from winter through the fall here in my small operation in southeast Louisiana. And as I always tell y'all, this isn't a how-to video. It's just me logging my season. So I got to thinking about it, and I got done cutting the grass, and had a few other little things I want to do. Change my chain on the chainsaw. Got a few things to piddle with, but I want to go check those two little splits we did. Well, they're splits, but they weren't like, they were cells that we found. If you remember back in the videos, and I'll try and link them up top. I can't remember exactly which ones they were. It's been a while. Well, yeah, I do. I remember them, I think. But anyway, one was that mean hive 17. We were going through there, and I found some swarm cells. And I said, well, let me just take a swarm cell and 2 frames of brood from her. So I took 2 frames of mean brood and a swarm cell, and I moved it to a 5-frame nuke and just stuck it off to the side, and I left it. I hadn't been in it, hadn't touched it, and done anything with it. And then a couple weeks before that, when we were, it was a couple weeks, I don't remember. You and I were going through some hives, and I found some really low numbers on, I think it was number 7 or something. Low numbers. And I went ahead and combined them with a good hive. And while I was doing that, in the box, I actually found 2 emergency cells, which would have done nothing with the population as low as it was, because that was a split that didn't make a queen, and the numbers had dwindled because they weren't able to replenish, so it wouldn't have been worth it. And I went and stuck those 2 into a 2-frame, just to save them and see if we got a queen out of it, because you never know. So I might have 2 bonus queens in the back. So I got to thinking today, I hadn't looked at them. Why don't we all go and look at them real quick? Should be a quick one. Let's take a look and see if they've made queens. Let's see what's in here. There's bees in here. There's got a few bees coming and going. Don't expect much out of this. I don't even know if them cells were viable. There was 2 of them on there when I looked at them, and I don't even know if they were any good. I just seen them and put them in here. I got a good amount of bees in here, so the question is there a queen? Because I figure if it was a cell, shoot, it's been 3 weeks. She should have been out, huh? How long has it been? I don't know how long. I have to go back and look at the videos. Well, that didn't make them happy, did it? Let's see. Well, there's the cells. Actually, I guess there were more than that. See the cells? So they actually were viable. They emerged. Of course, I can't see nothing. I have to look at my magnifying glass, but I don't see any brood. That's an old cell that was on this. This is an old cutout frame. But I would think we'd see brood by now. I'm pretty sure it's been plenty of time. And again, this is just something to do for fun, because I was actually going to just put the frame into the way it was and I didn't worry about it, but I said, well, we'll save them. Well, look at there. This frame is full of eggs, guys. We got a queen. See? Guess it does pay to just stick that off to the side, and to think I might have wasted those cells. I was going to stick them in the freezer. Well, that was from a decent hive too, so there she is, plain as day. There's a new queen. It's going to be hard to get it up to the camera because of where it's at, but y'all see her, I think. I'll be dog. It's a nice little 2-frame nuke, and look at all the honey. That was a lot of nectar that was in here already. I gave them nectar, pollen, and an open frame, and they capped all that. And they're bringing in a little bit of nectar themselves, and I believe she's got, I know she's got eggs on that other one. Let's see what she's got on this one. I don't see anything. So she's just started laying. Well, that's pretty awesome. That's good. That's pretty neat. So it found an old cell, and it appears as though we got a queen out of it. Well, there's a spare queen. So that's nice. That's a spare queen. I hadn't fed them at all. I gave them nectar at the beginning, so no need to feed them if they had the nectar, I felt like. All right, well, let's go check that 5-frame newt. It's a split off of the old mean hive. So guys, that was just I was actually gonna take those frames and freeze them all and use them later after I had combined those hives. But you know, I said, well, I don't want anybody to comment and say I didn't do something with them. So I said I'll stick them in a 2-frame, and I think I gave them a shake of bees. I can't remember. Shake of bees, that frame, I think it had brood on it. I gave them some more brood with nectar and pollen, and shoot, the cell was already capped, so didn't need to feed them or boost them up any. Just let them do what they do. So wow, good deal. Spare queen. All right, I got this old 5-frame I just stuck on a pallet on the ground. These came from the mean hive, and it had 2 full frames of brood, including the other frames. I also gave them pollen and honey frames, and so the brood that emerged, it's probably not going to be the nicest bees because it was from that old queen. But let's see if they made a new queen from that swarm cell. If this makes, that'd be another spare queen. Let's look. All right, there's bees coming and going. Oh yeah, they got her. Give them a little smoke in there. We don't know what they're like, being who they came from, who their mama was. So let's see if we can see if they're saying, well, let's see what I don't know what the of course they've been without a queen, so the population isn't gonna be great, but shoot, there's 2 solid frames of bees in here. That ain't bad. Oh, I built these boxes so tight. This frame here appears to be falling out. Is that out? Oh, that's in. A little foundation, which didn't expect much out of that. Oh, that's tight. I'm gonna pull that one out too, just to have it out of the way. Yeah, they got a little streak in them. You can tell. They're not being mean, but they're coming out of there like, what are y'all doing? So we gave them a swarm cell. We gave them some food. That's got some fresh nectar in it on the top. I'll look at that in a minute. Look and see if I see a queen, just because it should be pretty easy to see her in this. Yep. Should be pretty easy to see her in this. Yet I'm not seeing her. I'm not seeing any eggs, but the cells are polished up nice. Good clean cells. No eggs in a frame like that, I don't know. I think this one should have a queen by now. I mean, I think I did, I don't know if I did them at the same time. Maybe I did the other one first. I can't remember, guys. But again, this is a bonus. Obviously the brood is all out. Yeah, the cells are clean as a whistle. All shiny and ready to go, just no eggs in there. They're very calm, quiet. Maybe she is pretty new, I can't remember. I'd have to look at my notes. That was the day I was just flustered with those bees and just wanted to get them out of there, get them split, and thinking I should have a queen by now. Keeping the center wide open. So we may not made one out of this one, which may be a blessing actually, who knows. And so this one here may have been just a one that just didn't make it, didn't go. And who knows if that cell, I didn't even examine that cell really well. There was only a couple swarm cells in there, and normally there's a lot, so it may have already been opened or. See, I'll leave them here another week. You never know. Never know. But hey, we got a queen. We got a spare queen out of that other one, and that's out of a. I know that came from a decent queen, decent hive. That's not all lost. All right. Well, it was going to be a bonus anyway. It wasn't a split I planned on making. Well, guys, I have wrapped that up real quick. I just wanted to go through those two little nukes. I had basically forgotten about them. I didn't forget, but I didn't pay them any mind. I don't remember if I put them out at the same time or not. I'm thinking that little 5-frame should have had a queen by now. I don't think waiting a week is going to do any good with that one. That was from that mean hive. It was just a spur of the moment. Hey, let's split some numbers off of them. There's a queen cell. Because I think they had swarmed. And so I put the queen cell over. You know, there's times when queen cells will be no good. The other queen could have punctured it a little bit and killed her. You just don't know. Sometimes you need to look underneath them. You can see a little flap that's been opened and it shuts back. And they've been killed. Or sometimes they go out and they don't come back. Who knows what happened to her. I'll give them another week and then I'll recombine them. But that's not a big deal. Again, that was just a bonus nuke. I just threw it together at the last minute, spur of the moment. Just like a 2-frame. I saw them emergency cells. I was literally going to either combine that with the other one or freeze those frames. And I said, well, I'll just take them and put a 2-frame, couple shakes of bees. I want to say I put a frame of brood in there with them. Just to sustain numbers. And they emerged and made a queen, and she's got eggs in there. So there's a bonus. So that was just something to do real quick today. I'm not doing a whole lot with my bees right now. Doing more work on video than I am with the bees right now. I do got to go through and check for a queen. I don't know if I'll do that tomorrow or not. Actually, I probably need to do it tomorrow. Heck, I probably should have done it today. Well, it's not done now. I'm done for the day. But from here on out, it's going to be waiting for build-up. Waiting for them to build up and maybe looking in the top to see if they needed another box. But for the most part, all my boxes that are grown enough or have the potential to grow before the flow hits have got seconds on them already. So we should be set, just waiting for them to fill up the seconds. And I'll go through and maybe we'll do a video on just going through everything and showing you where we're at, where we've come from the beginning of the season, and you know why we're where we're at due to my system and how I do things. My system is slower. It's not a great big build-up, and sometimes it bites me in the backside because I don't build them up fast. And if one of the, if the privet flow is weak, well then I'm hurting for honey. But who knows? I'll go through and maybe do a video on a status, because right now, as far as inspections go, I'm going to do the queen inspection, maybe pop the tops on some just to look at numbers, and that's going to be a whole video. And, I don't even think I need to go back down to the dairy farm. I think those are set, waiting to build up. So All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Just want to do a real quick check on those two. Hey, man, we got us an extra queen. That's always good to have a spare queen. So that's like 3 or 4 spare queens we've got. So anything goes awry, or the mean one needs to go, or the swarm doesn't make one, or whatever, we got queens to replace with. So, and the way I'll do that is if it's a real big one, I'll take just the queen, and if it's a small swarm or something, or a small like that 2 frame, I'll just take all the bees together with the queen, a cager, stick the bees in together, and we'll do it all in one pot. That's how we'll do that. Should I need to do it, but hey, we may not. If we don't use those as spare queens, well then what I do is I grow them on up and take them on in the winter, either in a 5 frame or a newly established 10 frame, you know, that's established well, like 28 was. And we go into next spring with just a single or a nuke, and we build on out. Because right now, the ones that I did that with from last year, they're doing really well. It's all my splits and all that are having to play catch up, but that's just because of how I do my splits. All right, guys. Well, look, that's it. It was, again, it was a good bonus to find her. And too bad for the other one, but we'll give them another week. Otherwise, that's it for now. This is Barry's Best Honey. I'm Mike, and I do bees. Y'all have a great afternoon, and God bless y'all.